3 of Al Jazeera's Egypt-based staff are still being held in custody. The network is demanding their release. Mohammed Fahmy, Peter Greste and Baher Mohammed are accused of spreading lies harmful to state security and joining a terrorist organisation. Al Jazeera rejects this.
To suggest that our reporting of the situation in Egypt was biased, or worse, colluding with one side of the story, is outrageous. There's no justification whatsoever in continuing to lock up our team.
Al Jazeera English maintains that its coverage of events in Egypt has been fair and balanced.
What is the situation security-wise across Egypt, Peter?
Here is one of Peter Greste's last reports from Cairo. He's talking about the government's decision to declare the Muslim Brotherhood a terrorist organisation.
And so, overall, if what the government was trying to do in this decree was to try and create order and stability, to try and clamp down on what they see as acts of terrorism, then I think it could well have had the opposite effect. It's made people a whole lot more fearful and anxious.
Peter Greste is an award-winning correspondent who has reported across Africa.
This is a stage in the process, not an end in itself.
He previously worked for the BBC. Mohammed Fahmy has reported for CNN, the New York Times and the Red Cross. He's also an author. And Baher Mohammed, seen here on the right, is a freelance producer who has also worked with a Japanese television channel.
We're very grateful for the strong support we've received from right around the world to help us release the team. So once again, we're calling on the Egyptian authorities to release them immediately.
Al Jazeera English has consistently covered both sides of the Egypt story. It reported on the first movement against the Muslim Brotherhood since it came to power, a street campaign which called for former President Mohamed Morsi to resign. It was in Tahrir Square on June 30, when millions of Egyptians protested against Morsi. Since then, it's also looked at the growing popularity of the head of the military, General Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. On the other side, Al Jazeera English has also covered the ongoing demonstrations by people who are opposed to the coup and the crackdown on the Muslim Brotherhood.
Since the removal of President Morsi last July, the Egyptian authorities have systematically repressed every media that they regard as Muslim Brotherhood supporters. And Al Jazeera is seen as the main target of this harassment campaign.
Another 2 journalists from Al Jazeera's Arabic channel, Mohammed Badr and Abdullah al-Shami, have also been detained for the last 5 months. The staff from Al Jazeera English are being held separately at Tora prison. They've been interrogated by state prosecutors, but they have not been charged. Nicole, Johnston, Al Jazeera.